day I went through like 2-3 musical phases. I was listening to Dilla and Q-Tip beats. Then I was listening to my favorite artist right now, Eve Toomer, and I was listening to then like some new rap shit. So it's like,
I think
it's important just to try to be yourself, you know?
Yeah, especially like I talked about this the other day with somebody. Like the newer generations of people have been more likely to be into older music because of the internet.
Yes,
You know,
100%.
like that's how like rock and roll was literally founded on the opposite of that notion. Like, hey,
Yeah.
don't listen to the shit your parents are listening to.
Yeah.
Like, they're stupid.
Yeah.
Like, listen to this shit. Like, the craziest opposite of like jazz that they like. You know, back in the day, it's pop culture and technology and music all go hand in hand. It's like back in the day, the whole family would be in the den around the radio, and they would all just like listen to music,
Yeah.
and enjoy it. All
Yeah.
of them. No, there was no like outside societal factors dividing their musical taste.
100%. It was more communal.
Yeah, man, it's just this music came out of the radio.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happened. Like, people didn't think as much about, like, they didn't have the access to anything else. They had the access to the thing that came out of the damn speaker. So, like, as time goes on, like, that rock and roll was, like, the fact that you could take a record and, like, go away and go listen to it away. Like, they knew that was going to happen. So, marketing-wise, they pushed music that condoned that.
Yeah.
You know, and more and more. But then once we get to like the internet era, it became like you had way more access to like what was happening in the 50s.
And you have footage too.
That as well.
Yeah.
And and I think listening to you, now you have like streaming, listening to you talk, it's like, that's really cool, you know, because you're into all these different things.
It can be hard to keep track of though, especially when you know how to like recreate the vibe.
Yeah, pros and cons to it. I think the unsavory part is, you know, it's harder to retain certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like nowadays, it's harder to retain information because I'll just go back to the YouTube video and watch it again.
Yeah.
I don't need to like remember what they were saying. I'll just go back and watch it and do the step by steps and out of my mind again, you know?
Yeah. Just so much coming at us. Less of a still life, I guess, with more and more happening. But we live in the South, so we kind of have it easier than people who live in a very metropolitan area. I would imagine.
In the Northeast for sure, it's just like this metroplex. So like the density like just like doesn't stop.
Yeah. And the connections the brain has to make all day. When, living here feels like a different country. Yeah, I feel like sometimes.
100%. I mean, how many passwords do we need to remember?
Yeah, none.
How many?
My phone.
Yeah, how many times? You know, I had a conversation with a professor in college about like in the South, people on the porch wave when you pass.
Yeah.
Or like pretty much everyone acknowledges everyone at least with a head nod type of deal. Mm-hmm. So it's like in New York City, that would be virtually impossible.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, New Yorkers are assholes or whatever. It's like, no, it's like your culture and how just like what you're saying. It's physically different. Like you can't possibly just head nod literally every person. Like I got one of my close friends lives in New York, and he's like, every day on the subway, you're going to see like your soulmate, the woman of your dreams, and then never see her again.
Yeah.
Ever. You're going to see so many people you've never seen ever and never see them again. All the time, every day. Just that alone is like, yeah. So like you said, living here is extremely different than that. You got to like watch out around this bleep.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to curse as much.
Yeah, but you and I probably stick out like sore thumbs.
Exactly.
For
so
different reasons. Like I bet you get recognized so much. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's just being a big, tall dude that looks like me, of course.
Yeah.
And then also like preconceived notions and stuff like that. Yeah. People have straight up told me, and I try to use that to my advantage, like the shock factor, not shock factor, but just like, you know, people can look at me and be like, oh, that dude's probably like a redneck. But like I'm the opposite. I like rebuke it.
Yeah.
So it's like it helps me out in some ways.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we do stick out, probably both of us. It's probably why we're here.
Definitely.
So I mean, especially whenever like you're known for, hey, let's take this party outside and get on top of a ladder.
Yeah.
And do the show from there.
Yeah.
Well, people don't know it's fucking high inside that bitch, especially if you got like a bunch of people in there. And yes, we cannibal.
We started doing it outside because they had an art showing, and then I think we kept it there because it just kept the momentum going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we do it. Sam and I and my partner, we're getting into debates about like, yeah, we need to have it inside or outside, and then maybe we'll take a vote. But I learned recently from my girlfriend to like, don't take a vote. Like, just talk about it with your partner.
Yeah.
Just figure it out between y'all and the venue. Ask the venue. Really ask the venue what they
Well,
want.
see, knowing Matt, he's down whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But he'll like. Sometimes you gotta watch him, man. He's just in over his head sometimes too, and I'm like, it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man. Hey, you a hugger, man? Give me a hug.
Yeah.
I gotta love Matt. I'm trying to get him on this. Well, he's in PLAYBAW video.
I saw like the teaser.
Well, basically, every time I wrote it where there's a lot of different scenes, but like you're not necessarily there for that long each scene. So it's like, you know, if we're gonna go out of the way to film in, you know, Chinese, you know, and over there, we're gonna go out of the way and do all that. It's like, we might as well. First of all, it's a music video. You're getting the abridged storyline of a story. Yeah. So it's like, let's film some dialogue type stuff, because A, I want to do stuff like that. B, I want there to be lore, and you can expand the lore of what's going on in the music video with these. And since it's going to take me a long time to complete that whole video, you can keep it an experience. You can keep it going, keep touching base. So where it's like, okay, well, I'm going to come out with this music video for the song that came out in September, and the music video will come out until like January. Yeah. So it's like, so then also by the time you see the music video, you're like, oh, I know what's going on.
Yeah. In this. 100%. Just to like write a loose narrative.
Yes, 27 page. I wrote a 27-page treatment.
What?
Yeah. I'll show it to you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I have like a code like I didn't even mean to do it like that. It just kept going and going. And next thing I know, I was like, the more things you add, the more things you need to add. Yeah. So it's like, with a video like that, there's no performance shots. Like, there's no wrapping into the camera. So it's literally shot for shot. So if you miss one, you're fucked. Yeah. So it's like, to avoid that, and also you're at so many different locations, and I'm asking a lot of, like, especially the main actress, I don't want to waste their time. Plus, like, you know, you're budgeting for all that too. Yeah. So it's like, shooting it? Well, me and the architect.
Yes.
My buddy Wes.
Shout
that you know.
Could I? He sat in front of me in math class senior year, and
y'all went to Baton Rouge Magnet together.
And I would make beats right behind him, and we would just talk about music that came out every Friday, and we would just chat. You know, me and Wes were cool because I was kind of outcast in high school, but like a cool outcast.
Yeah, Baton Rouge high type outcast.
Yeah, exactly.
You had to have been weird to be outcast there.
Huh?
You had to have been weird to be an outcast there. I feel like, because
everyone was into grades, and like if you were outcast, and I wasn't like the biggest academic.
Yeah, well, you know that it's like that shit. It doesn't matter if you're smart or not. You know, you just maybe, like you just said, we're in the South, we're in Louisiana. We don't really have this like intuitive schooling down. You know?
This ain't Massachusetts.
This ain't California, where I went to my friend's hometown, and their high school looked like I was like, there's no way it's your high school. Like there was like, I dated this girl one time. She was like a teacher, but like she didn't have desks. Like they just like had tables where they could like sit on the floor, and she's like, that's how I grew up. I was like, what? Yeah. We sat in a single file line and some desks, baby. Yeah. Like some robots. Yeah. But you said you gave him a keyboard.
He gave me a keyboard. He just dropped it off at my house, and I I still produce on it to this day.
You hear that, architect?
Yeah, so
To
I
this
really
day.
appreciate you. Yeah, and I hope you're doing really well. Yeah, because last time I saw you was about a year ago at this point, and I was delivering food. Yeah.
So yeah, the play ball chat, bro. P Tran, bro.
Peter, what's up, Peter? Yeah, I went to school with Peter.
Yeah,
He's hyped.
yeah, he's hyped for it.
He's
So
in Orlando right now.
that's sick, dude. Frick the Orlando airport. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Was there on Mardi Gras Day. I was flying back from Colombia, from Medellin, Colombia, from my friend's wedding. Not sick. the country, not the town. And I was in the Orlando airport for like 5 hours on Mardi Gras night. And there's just they do Mardi Gras at Disney. So there's just all these like drunk, like New Orleans people in that airport, because there's 3 types of people in New Orleans. There's tourists, there's locals, and there's natives. Locals were once tourists who moved, and natives are self-explanatory. Natives leave town for Mardi Gras, a lot of them, and go to Disney.
Oh.
And they go to fucking Mardi Gras at Disney. So, anyways, Orlando, shout out, bro.
I love New Orleans. I love going to New Orleans for like a concert or to create with somebody. Those are the best things to do.
Speaking of creating in New Orleans, my buddy John Taylor's in the chat, play ball chat right now, with a bing bing bam bam.
I remember him from way back.
Really?
I met him probably in like 2018. Yeah.
That's dope. I didn't know you knew him from that long ago, but we
just met before, like once or twice.
Sick.
Yeah.
We were working on a thing during quarantine called Tagging Along with John Taylor.
Yeah. I think I watched it.
Yeah, where he would go around, like we went to the naval base, which I think is closed now, but like he would show, the fucking tag on the wall and tell you all about the artist and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And we went around the whole naval base.
Well, I didn't see that, but I've seen like one of his videos recently.
Yeah, I did a number of his videos.
Yeah, then I've definitely seen his YouTube content. Does he do other stuff that isn't music? That isn't tagging either?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen probably one of those too. I checked out his YouTube.
Clothing, fashion.
Yeah.
Graph.
Yeah.
And music for sure, as well as his own photography and filmmaking.
Wow. Very
does
creative.
all his own content. Yeah. So like, I remember I was kind of jokingly, we'd call things all sorts of verse, and I was like, dude, you should do the Taylor verse. So everybody out there, go check out the Taylor verse. It's literally a website. John Taylor's verse. Yeah, he has an actual website called Taylor Verse. So go on there and go check out his new music video with Flo to Taylor, to each his own, produced by White Dirt.
Yeah.
So that being said, Wes and me producing the PLAYBAW video. So
hell yeah.
But I have lots of other stuff. That's where I used to go wrong. I used to do too much stuff, but I have a couple concepts. One thing me and Wes are working on, I talked about it last week, called Dumb Shit. It's an idea I've had for a while. So hopefully you can get involved.
Okay.
I mean,
that'd be sick.
The original idea of Dumb Shit was to get as many local, Baton Rouge artists involved and to see who's multi-talented. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah, he might be sitting right here.
Exactly.
Possibly. And I know a lot of multi-talented people. So,
that's the thing. Like that was the main thing when I saw you coming out the gate, like the last 6 months or so, bro.
Yeah, it just randomly happened. Just started pushing harder.
Same here, dude. I got swallowed up into Pulse. I got locked up into doing a lot of client work.
Oh, okay.
Over the last 2 years, doing music videos for people and other stuff. And then finally, I was just like, I just need to get back to focusing on me.
Yeah. I see that a lot with people doing their art. They end up burning out doing client work, which I will which I don't like to do with music. I do that with graphic design.
That was how it started. I didn't want to compromise like features. I didn't want to like charge someone for a feature and have to like do 10 features. I wanted to like pick who I wanted to work with, not have that even impede on it. So I was like, music is like my wife of 10 years, and like filmmaking is like my new mistress that has my attention.
That's me with graphic design.
Yeah, exactly.
So, or just anything else random.
But now they're both my wives.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mormon in the house, man. MILF hunter. There better be some MILFs. I'd be disappointed if there weren't some MILFs.
So someone asked me the other day. She said, I'm 38. I don't have any children, but I like exude MILF energy. Am I still technically a MILF? And it's like, you tell me, you know.
Oh yeah.
State of mind, you know.
You should have asked her. Come show me.
It depends, you know, what time.
Time of the day. Everything matters. What time of the day, man? For real.
You know, it just a lot of things depend, you know.
Yeah.
So that's PLAYBAW news.
PLAYBAW news.
So
do we have a time limit?
No, man. I don't want them to go too long, but like the idea behind this is passive learning.
Okay.
You know, I noticed a lot, and I noticed definitely in myself over the past year or two. Mm-hmm. I like to just put stuff on YouTube, like retrospective about like the Kirby series games. Wow. Something I'll never play or care about, but like I don't know, I'm about to wash the dishes or something. I'm just gonna like put this YouTube video on. I don't necessarily need to have my eyes glued to the video at all times.
You can listen to it. It's like a book.
You know, that's why I didn't struggle with any of the elements for this episode. This is beautiful enough.
Yeah, this is sick.
People can go and walk their dog and listen to this. They don't necessarily have to be just locked in at all times. They can watch it over days. You know, I've watched like 5-hour YouTube reviews over like a week.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll go back and stuff. You know, I'm just trying to make quality stuff and stay relevant and to cross-pollinate, as my boss would say, cross-pollinate brands. Yeah,
cross-pollinate branding.
Because you're, you know, I need you, man. You're hot right now.
We'll see.
So that's what I was saying.
We'll do it.
You come out the gate like the last 6 months or so really hard, like doing a lot of different stuff, but mainly just not confusing, just in one force. Like, what would you say? What happened?
Fearlessness. Just like watching, honestly, just like Kanye. Like with his Donda listening sessions inspired me to do my listening session. He was playing unfinished music. I was like, why don't I just do that here? Just like, I don't make music like.
So you got a lot of unreleased stuff
right now too.
Just like you did at one point. You're like, oh man, same man.
Yeah. But we decided to just make a costume party. It's also like, oh man, just a bunch of ideas and just trying stuff and having faith. It's nothing about like I would say. I don't like stuff that's like too self-serving either. Yeah. So because when you start to self-serve, there's a little fear in that. It's important to stay away from anything that's like too fear-based when it comes with creating. It's trying to be that's what Rick Rubin is famous for, making artists more fearless in the studio or with their albums. Or I'd say fearlessness. Also, my girlfriend is a really creative force, and we live together. We've been living together since February, literally since we met. We just like moved in the next week, and it's been good since. And she helps me create and PLAYBAW.